Everyone, today we're going to be creating an artwork by combining all three: line, shape, and color. This artwork is going to be uploaded onto your Artsonia online portfolio. If you haven't already signed up for Artsonia, I'll be sending home a slip of paper that has your code and how you can access artworks. I've been uploading them since you were in kindergarten, so if you haven't signed up, you should still have artwork on there. It's just you have to give permission to view it. So if you would like to do that with this artwork, that would be great. If you are at home, I will send you a message with your code and you can upload pictures, and it doesn't have to be just this artwork. It can be pictures from any time. I have ordered from past years in Artsonia some different items from my own children. So one year we decided that we wanted to do pot holders for our family. So my son drew a cupcake and my daughter drew a cupcake, and then we gave these out to family members for Christmas with each of their artwork on them. I also have the butterfly that my daughter drew when she was in first grade in 2006, and then the butterfly that my son drew when he was in first grade from 2014. So I have this matching set of mugs with both of my children's artwork on them. So I always try to do the same artwork for each grade level every year, but if you have something specific in mind, you can also upload whatever artworks you would like. It doesn't just have to be the artworks that we make in art class, or even the artworks that we make specifically for Artsonia. It can be any artwork that you would like to have placed on an item that you can keep forever or give as a gift. Hi, second grade. Today we're going to be making a sailboat silhouette painting. And before we start using the painting, we're going to draw our sailboat. So let me make sure you can see the top and the bottom. Okay, so we're going to start with the bottom of our sailboat. So go maybe a third of the way up the page, maybe use about your finger tall, and just draw a straight horizontal line. Okay, and then we're going to draw two diagonal lines that go in towards the middle. And then connect that with a wavy line. And you can even extend it out past, like that. Made a little mistake there, that's okay. Remember, if you make a mistake, it's fine, just keep going. Okay, in the middle of this bottom part of the boat, we're going to make a vertical line going up, and then make a second vertical line beside it. Those are parallel lines. Let's connect it and draw a circle above it. Now I like to add a little flag, so just either to the left or to the right, draw a little line, and then a sideways V, and then just below that. Now if you notice, none of my shapes are touching, so we're using our lines to make shapes, to connect them together, to make our sailboat. So I like to not have mine touching. I think it looks better once we start painting. If yours touched, that's okay too. So now you're going to draw the letter L, just like that. And then take and connect the top of the L to the bottom with a diagonal line. And it's okay if it's not straight. These are the sails, and the sails move and blow in the wind. Now over here on this side, I'm going to start at the top and go down and make a backwards L. And same thing, connect it. Okay. Now right now we have this wavy line, but we need to add some more waves. So I'm going to go about halfway up and add a wavy line that goes from the edge of the boat to the edge of the paper on the left, and then do the same on the right edge of the boat to the edge of the paper. And if you want to add a few more wavy lines to show movement of the water, you can do that. And then last, down here, try not to do it at the very bottom of the paper, move up a little bit, but you're going to write your first name. So just your first name, you don't have to include your last name, and the year. So I will write 2020. So first name, 2020. After that, we're going to color in these 7 shapes. the marker. You can also use a crayon, a black crayon, to do this. That would actually work very well. You can use a black colored pencil, but you're going to color in your shapes using black. Okay, now the reason that we used black is because it is a silhouette. So silhouette is when the light source is behind an object and the light is shining towards us, but it's not shining on the front. So it looks almost like a shadow, because you won't really see a whole lot of color, because even though there's light coming from behind it, there isn't a light source on the front or where we're seeing. Today our light source is going to be the sunset. So we're going to paint the sunset behind our boat. My water got a little bit dirty. So I'm using just a standard set of watercolor. If you don't have watercolor, you can definitely use crayons, colored pencils. Anytime I'm doing a lesson and you don't have the materials, you can always substitute for something else, but the order that we use is probably the most important part. Oh my goodness, somehow this got mixed in, so I'm just adding some water and then trying to clear out that yellow, because every time I use it, it looks green. All right, so I'm going to paint just above this water line here. I'm going to put some yellow because the sun has just set, so we can still see some yellow from the sun. And make sure that you paint in between your boat as well. Don't leave this part white. And whatever you paint on the left side, you are also going to paint on the right. Now, watercolor is meant to be light and flowing. So if you're painting and your paint is starting to feel sticky or stiff or like it's drying out, a lot of times you don't even need to dip it back in the color. You just need to add a little bit more water to your paintbrush to help spread that color around. If it's real dark and shiny, then you probably have too much color on your paintbrush and you just need a little bit more water. The next color we're moving on to is orange. And when you go and paint your orange, go ahead and paint a little bit down into the yellow so that the yellow and orange blend together. That way it looks more of a natural sunset. It doesn't look so much like stripes. And also you can create a tertiary color or an intermediate color called yellow orange. Ooh, I like how it's sort of fading in like that. Okay. The next color on top of that is red. So again, when I rinse my brush, I just make sure I leave some water on the brush so that it is light and flowing. Remember, don't forget to get into between there. And then whatever you do on the left, make sure you do on the right as well. Okay. Next color is purple. purple. Now purple gets really dark really fast. Let's see, oh, that's not too bad. So just when you go to put purple paint on your brush, usually I try to start with just a little bit because it does get pretty dark. And again, I'm painting that purple down into the red to create a red violet. And then the last color at the top we're going to use is some blue. So no matter where you're at, maybe your color stopped right here, but after the purple, paint all the way to the top of the paper with blue. You might have a little bit of blue, like me. You might end up with a lot of blue. Either way is fine. The sunset looks so many different ways. Every night it's different. So don't worry if yours does not look the same as mine. Okay, and then lastly is the water. So I'm actually going to blend some colors. I'm going to put some green in my water, and then I'm going to take and add a little bit of blue in there as well. So I'm going to let that green and blue blend together. Now if you notice, I'm trying not to mix my colors in the palette. So when I change a color, I'm rinsing my brush out, and because I'm just keeping it real light, I'm not digging down into the paint, it's very easy to rinse the extra paint off of my brush because I didn't have a bunch on there, and what I did have on there I was able to use on my paper. And you can paint right over top of your name too. So this side's a little bit darker. That's okay. I like it. It's almost like a shadow. Maybe I'll put a shadow right here in the water. Let's see how it's just really flowing on the paper together. Put a little bit of green in there too. It's actually moving like water because it's watercolor. So once you have your water the way that you like it, we'll set it off to dry and we will take a picture of it. Beautiful.